The time is now 2:56 right now. I want to start by apologizing very sincerely for the delay. Anybody who follow Minister of Information and Communication so we take pride in always starting on time. 100% of the time we start on time. So today, a very special circumstance, and so we apologize for the delay. The Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs will get plenty, as you can imagine, of things that we deal with now, and therefore we need to forget this time for there. Within IAM, for a very special press conference convened by the government of Salone, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, and of course, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. We come for respond particularly to a development we involve Sierra Leone Embassy in particularly the Republic of Guinea. I'm glad to say, in addition to the very distinguished Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Honorable Timothy Musa Kaba Alhaji, we also get the Inspector General of Police within IAP because of the nature of the updates we can provide. Mr. William Faya Selu, Lieutenant Teki, with Jeremy. Of course, we also get Mr. Logan Wina, the Director General at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. Without further ado, I want to pass the microphone over to the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. We will start with a release where at the end of this presser, we will also make available to all. But first, we will start by reading the official release of this issue for the government of Salone, don't prepare for provide additional updates to the public, and then the minister will say a few words, just add and provide some context, additional context. Then I will pass over very briefly to the Inspector General of Police, who himself could say a few words, and then we'll open up for the next conversation. Mr. Minister, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. And I also want to thank the journalists there for come attend this press conference. It shows we all have one concern, and that concern is to promote and protect the integrity and image of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Since we only get press conferences in this hall, today perhaps is the fullest. By the time today we don't get the hall to its capacity, and that shows our unified aspiration of the Sierra Leone where we all go and call home. This is relating to what is going on and the rumors that are everywhere relating to the diplomatic mission in the Republic of Guinea, Conakry. So before we start the press conference proper, we will solicit some questions from for the benefit of the public and read the official press statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Sierra Leone. It reads, dated January 16, 2025. Government of Sierra Leone responds to arrest. I'm sorry, I don't think I have the. Okay, yes. Yes, the government of Sierra Leone responds to arrest of Sierra Leone embassy vehicle and driver in Guinea. On 13th January 2025, the government of Guinea informed the government of Sierra Leone that a vehicle belonging to the embassy of Sierra Leone in Conakry was impounded by the Guinean authorities. The driver and another occupant of the vehicle are being held on suspicion of possession of substances suspected to be cocaine. in light of this serious development, the government has urgently recalled Sierra Leone's ambassador to Guinea, Ambassador Mr. Almami Bangura, to Freetown to provide a full account of the incident. Additionally, a thorough investigation has been launched to determine how this incident occurred and to hold all responsible parties accountable. The government of Sierra Leone is collaborating with the Guinean authorities to verify the facts on the matter, and anyone found guilty of breaking Sierra Leonean and international drug trafficking laws will face the full force of the law. The public will be updated regularly as the investigation continues. End of press statement. I thank you.
Mr. Minister, would you want to provide any further context and anything in addition to this before we hand over to the IG, and then we'll open up for questions? If you want to provide any additional framing, yes, will be answered. Yes.
So, from the diplomatic communication we'll get from the Republic of Guinea, the communication revealed to me, say, on the 31st of December 2024, a utility vehicle registered to the Sierra Leone mission in Conakry was impounded by the Guinean authorities, where they find trunks of substances where they allege, say, cocaine. And the driver with another occupant would have been inside the vehicle that 31st of December 2024. The authorities then therefore arrest him, and the investigation is ongoing. And when it happened, we self-respond by a way of note verbal through the diplomatic means who they communicate, for indicates the government of Sierra Leone in interest in the matter by way of collaborating with the Guinean authorities for establish the fact of what is alleged to have transpired. Because we are a state, we believe, say, we will not in any way expose we mission or expose property of a mission to something like this where they deal with international drug trafficking. And so we and the Guinean authorities then work together to establish the fact and see how we will investigate the matter, dig into the matter, and anybody will find, all those that are involved, that are found wanting, then will face the fullest consequences of the law. Thank you.
Mr. Minister, before you go, the part of the rumor online relates to the current status of His Excellency the Saloon Ambassador to Guinea. In fact, some people suggest, say, oh, he under arrest or house arrest. Just important for them to clarify, as your ambassador, you did talk with him, you go and you continue for maintaining diplomatic status. I just wanted to provide clarity on that.
Absolutely. We have in law what they call strict liability offense. A car was impounded, and in the car there found substances. The ambassador remains the ambassador of the Republic of Sierra Leone to Guinea, and now we don't recall him for make it can explain how is it possible that a utility vehicle registered to the embassy of Sierra Leone was carrying substances that have been alleged to be, cocaine. And the ambassador, as I talked before the camera, was just on the phone with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Guinea. And every day, me and the ambassador talk. This morning we spoke. The ambassador is in the office. He's not under any house arrest. He has an inviolable right under the Vienna Convention, where established diplomatic relations between nations of the world.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Inspector General of Police, the announcements and the release will come up from the government of Salon say that a thorough investigation don't be launched. As the Inspector General of Police, just provide quick context to people about what's the nature of this investigation, what will they look at, and under which maybe laws or things like that will look at this situation.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. For we as police, we don't set up a team for investigating this matter. We, when come on the side, we look at exactly what happened rural responsibility for what happened. Drugs, the way the minister said, if it is people to be drug offenses are street liability. You will reach out, and it's a responsibility for that government. It is still on that side. Let's say, like we the press release the say, and now recall the ambassador, we cannot investigate in the void. So we need to talk to people to provide us with the requisite information we will guide what we look for, and what happened, how it happened, and no one was involved. So now we are waiting for that moment. That's all for now.
Thank you very much. Now we'll open up to questions. We want to make sure we follow and adhere to the same general rules with the government press conference there. We know that you keep your questions straight, direct, ask your name, your institution, and then you ask the question, and then we will take it from there. With the order, so I'll point out the first 5 people there. I think we'll start with the head of the Editors Association, go to Mr. Kamalo, we go to gentleman there from Star on this side, 4, and then I want done this side before we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this gentleman, they will come on the side, yeah? Double quick.
Good afternoon, General sometimes and Chairman of the Guild. Bearing in mind, Minister, the tension will be just at the end of the year between Sierra Leone and Guinea. And we know it's make them arrest Sierra Leoneans and hold them and send them back to Sierra Leone from Guinea. They will get this allegation from no less a person than the ambassador of Sierra Leone. How that would tell on the integrity of Sierra Leoneans in Guinea and the Sierra Leoneans particularly in the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The question to IG. This is not the first time we hear about interception of drugs or drugs outside of Sierra Leone. And I've been saying that from here in the comments, you being the head of security in the country for securing borders and also, what for you meeting now steps don't put in place in terms of remedying these situations, the occurrence of this situation, because this is not the first time it only happened. We learned another one way that the arrest now London, but also Liberia. So we want to know, because this is becoming too often. Waiting at the security measures will not be put in place for the residents here.
All right, thank you. And by the way, congratulations, the newest uncle will get at the house. Congratulations. Yes.
Mohammed Cohen Aline, the station manager at Star Radio. Mr. Minister, you talk about a second person passenger on the vehicle. Is it possible at this time for we know the second person vehicle passenger? And also, this vehicle, can be cancelled on a good vehicle? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, David. I'm someone from my video. IG quickly, they just ask if the motorcar now coming back on a go. So if now go in the Guinea, I want to know what thing they happen with the police will be doing duty, because right now from our body go to even 10 from our body go to Congo, because there's a lot of police that did not checkpoints for check. So if in case the motorcar they left free town to Guinea, and I'd hope the police will be doing duty that particular day in a current checkpoint, then they do check up now motorcar. So waiting they will do and how they manage that motorcar they pass Guinea. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And then the final question for this round.
Ibrahim Sarasisi, Voice of Salon Radio. Mr. Minister, Foreign Affairs, together with the IG. First of all, this thing happened the 31st. Why now we see on social media on a call press conference immediately? Don't end basically when I say when they prosecute the matter. So how it get for differ from political interference towards the issue now we don't at time because we don't see any prosecute a lot of people and based on the work issues. So that's my question.
All right, thank you very much. We have, I think, some good questions. I just want to clarify some issues before I hand over to the ambassador. There's no direct allegation against the ambassador. The ambassador don't be called because they're not the ambassador. So we don't make that be clear. Because not just me, but in my capacity as a chair, I can provide additional context or guideline on the answer on the issue today. And so now we'll come to the foreign minister. Mr. Foreign Minister, the question is how this could affect the reputation of Salone, especially Sierra Leoneans and overseas, especially as you see the tension between Salone and Guinea, allegedly related to drug-related issues. So with this kind of developments, what will they do? And then some details, question on details about second person in the vehicle, if we know the details, and then any information on which might be the origin and destination. I think so you get some information, maybe we will help you on this one. And I think the other question is, why are now the new press conference would I do? By the way, if you listen to the press statement with the minister, he said on 13 January, government of Guinea informed me. 13 January, and today, immediately, we got all the facts, we don't call the press conference. Again, I thank you for reminding us to say happy bill. Immediately something happened, the government stand forward, all the principles to call our own, they will answer my question. So I just know that. Mr. Minister, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Minister, and thanks to all the one who asked pertinent questions for the public for understanding what's going on. Mr. Donaldson sometimes say, given the tension at the close of 2024 in terms of the arrest of Sierra Leoneans by Guinean authorities who then deport them as Salone, now that there's this allegation of the ambassador being involved in this alleged trafficking of cocaine, how is that going to affect the morale and reputation of Sierra Leoneans in Guinea? The ambassador, it has not been proven that the ambassador is involved in this trafficking. 2 persons were in a utility vehicle that is registered to the embassy, that have registered to the embassy. So when they're calling people out, those are the people that have been arrested and under investigation. The ambassador is the head of the mission. So by that, the vehicle belongs to the ambassador because it's the mission vehicle. But the ambassador himself has his own diplomatic vehicle on the CMD-1. And this thing was not found in the CMD-1, and the ambassador was not in the vehicle. Investigation is ongoing. When we get the details of the investigation, we will bring it to the public. As for now, the ambassador is working, representing the Republic of Sierra Leone. Guinea. He's not under any house arrest. That will be a flagrant breach of the Vienna Convention that establishes the existence of diplomatic relations between 2 nations. Mr. Connolly asked details of the second person. It is not clear. The diplomatic communication will come, they call the driver name is avec and not a person, which means with another person. That is the information so far that we have in the diplomatic communication. The direction of the vehicle, obviously the vehicle will be moved from Sierra Leone to Guinea, to the Republic of Guinea. The one is for the IG. Mr. Sarasi said of Voice of Southern Radio, he said, why not now will they come out for talk? We are not journalists, so we don't run at jet speed. We are very diplomatic in the way we deal with issues, because when they deal with state issues versus another state, the state is a personality, is an infallible entity. So when they deal with them as a diplomat, you have to make sure you don't bring infallibility to the state. Through diplomatic means. Now the 13th of January, I was informed through a note verbal. And so when they inform me, we respond immediately. We would not have called a press conference with sketchy information for can window dress the hearing of journalists here. I ensured, even before I came to this press conference, I had another telephone conversation with my counterpart in the Republic of Guinea and also with the ambassador of Sierra Leone to the Republic of Guinea for make sure anything that is said in a press statement or that is said in this particular press conference is hyphato, veritable with respect to the information that is available. So I will not have conjectured, say something happened 31st, I call a meeting on the 1st of January. So that's, I want it to be very clear that now only the 13th will get information. And today, now we have sufficient information for saying at this press conference. So you also say if there will be political interference. Now, when you deal with drug trafficking, it's an international crime. It is a crime that is frowned at by the laws of Sierra Leone and international drug trafficking laws. So there will be no way where there will be a political interference into something that has an international implication. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In the statement, it's clear we will hold all parties accountable that are responsible, and that when the facts are verified, anyone found guilty of breaking Sierra Leone and international drug trafficking laws will face the full force of the law. IG, questions about steps taken to stop these drug flows. The one I mentioned multiple other incidents in the past, so which what they do. This question of the particular vehicle in question, if that's alone, I will not confirm, say yes, the vehicle comes alone, move from here and go Guinea. And so all the checkpoints that we did, we can comment on that, if we hold responsible, and waiting will happen to the police, they will be on duty. I think that the question that they bring.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. With respect to the movement of the vehicle, all of that are subject of investigation. We therefore ascertain which direction the vehicle will be removed from where it take off from. Because at the border, with the log, every vehicle will pass through the border. So we're going to look for that particular information. If you did it, we'll get to you GT roster, who will know without being on duty for that particular time. Because we in the Sierra Leone police, we get a zero tolerance policy to complicity in drug issues. Transnational organized crime, drug particularly in a very organized business way, people then to take the time for power. So we are going to look at that one. Whoever is found culpable will take a two-track approach, disciplinarily and criminally. We will not send several people to court. With respect to steps so we take at the borders for curb drug trafficking, we will sound. Maybe we find for better make a known and say 80% of the drug interception that we take at the borders, there are drugs bound to come into this country from Guinea and Liberia. Most of them, tramadol and everything, they are coming into our country. So, and if you look, if you study the pattern, most of the major interceptions of drugs are off the coast of Guinea, not to Sierra Leone. So we get cases, plenty cases, where drugs they move from Guinea to Sierra Leone, where drugs they move from Liberia to Sierra Leone. We get people, other nationals who don't charge severally for being in possession of drugs coming into our country, tramadol, those other substances, push, precursor chemicals, where they use for manufacture. When they take concrete steps, so they search people so they go across the border. But again, not on the side of the fact that we get a very porous border with Guinea and Sierra Leone, and some of those things you can carry a good quantity on your head. You don't need to go through the border crossings. So we are taking those concrete steps to the stop and search. And of course, we intercept several drugs from Guinea and from Liberia. We don't charge people that they serve jail terms. People from Liberia, people from Guinea, and all of that.
All right, thank you very much. Now the second round of questions. I've been sitting on this side now, so I'm already number one. Number two is the possibility of being, let's see, Number 3 on that side. Number 4, the man with the green. Number 5, this gentleman. So that's it.
I just want to ask a question to the Director of Foreign Affairs for clarity's sake. Director of Foreign Affairs, for clarity's sake, sir. The Director, I want to ask my question. You want to take it?
Go ahead.
Excuse me, how could you differentiate the following? Individual responsibility, come employee of a given diplomatic mission. That's one. Diplomacy and diplomatic community, come asset of a diplomatic asset. Three, I'm coming. 3, the international law of international relations, which calls for relations the same despite occurrence. Thank you.
So, individual versus command responsibility. When I get the mic back one day, this lecture,
What I want to clear here is this.
Yes.
I was once a student minor in diplomatic science, diplomatic relations, and international law.
Yes, sir.
This issue consists of the 3.
Yes.
How do you differentiate me, Mohammed Kamara, being an employee in a given embassy, with my own private life, right? I have a decision, I have my own state of independence to decide what I'm going to do with an asset of a given diplomatic mission, which might not be in the knowledge of the given diplomatic corps, right? For example, the CAP. 2, here is a question of saying, there is a diplomatic community which should be respected. That the Guinean government, according to diplomatic side, should not have come on social media or even announced it, or it has investigated this in question. In diplomatic side, correct. It should have been hidden, been a secret, until it has authentic reasons to prove that indeed the diplomatic mission shot or the driver shot is proven worthy. 2, so it's a violation of international law. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Then number 3.
Number 3 is international law. Most of these things that most of this work has happened has contradicted the diplomatic science regulations. Thank you.
Director General, today, you can show you say this is Director General, this level is somewhere. Director General, answer. If I want to give an exam, I'm going to line exam. Alright, number 2, thank you. I don't get the question now. You simply don't understand me.
Mr. Minister, you say, and I don't recall, Saidi Dumbuya from Exclusive. You say, when I don't recall the ambassador for Ghana, Sierra Leone. How come you did talk to the ambassador back in Guinea? And I want to know how much kilogram they inside the people. Thank you.
Thank you.
I tell you.
Go ahead.
Mohammed Usman Bandura, publisher, Capital Times newspaper. I want to know, this they go to the foreign minister as well as the IG. I want to know, this thing will not happen soon. It don't happen back before now. And we don't get information where they lead to the rest of Sierra Leone nationals to other countries with contraband. I want to know that is it now, where the government of Sierra Leone for put in place for save this country from this mess. And also, the IG, the minister say the week will come up from Salon de Guinea. And if na picture they come up, we get question from Waterloo.
First was lying to us. Because the first question we asked is not somebody we don't ask her. You don't really ask the second question we did also already ask.
The first question I asked, yes. So what's the mechanism?
We don't ask her already. Alright, the second one back about checkpoint, then we don't ask her.
Yeah.
So okay, so
the angle is completely different. they handle different. Because when they travel from here to go up country, it gets a lot of checkpoints. And put up the IDs, do the job properly. Yeah, what's the question?
That's not
Good.
question, no.
I want to know when they don't have any checkpoints there. If like they actually did it for do the work for the interest of the country or for the pockets.
Alright, thank you. Just to be clear, we don't ask that question, but go ahead. We have any number 4, please.
Good afternoon. The name is David K. Guy. We are the NG for MTN and the CEO for online tweets and updates. So I want to actually ask this first question to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I want to make you openly explain to me the Vienna Convention Article 27 and by extension 29.
No, another girl I give me for this exam. You mean you can't get Vienna Convention 29?
All right, because
why don't see the question given?
Okay, because we don't see on social media they say the driver of the vehicle will be under arrest, and which is according to the Vienna Convention. According to social media, we don't get any stuff.
No. I will stop you. You know why?
Yeah.
You see, what make we take with 10 Kanaya, and for we separate what you get from social media versus waiting there. The facts.
Alright.
The reason make this man with all the left work who can't sit on here and for give you the facts.
Okay.
So when they ask the question, we know they respond to speculation. We don't give you the facts now. If you ask me direct question based on the fact we don't establish.
Alright. The Vienna Convention say actually a forbidding for at least the Guinean authorities what they do actually to have vehicle day according to Article 27.
Okay.
And the second question where
so what kind of question be?
Yeah.
For the minister.
So is it good waiting the Guinea authorities and do when it comes to international law?
Thank you. Go ahead.
Or when it comes to the Vienna Convention, is this good? Now that's the question. Then the second question is this. So
Go ahead.
okay. Then the other question we actually want to ask that the IG when I get any advanced equipment we can use for check if actually drugs in the past time borders, then when I get any advanced equipment apart from the local equipment that we at least when use any advanced equipment for tackling.
What kind of local equipment? It's okay. Give it, it's okay.
Good afternoon, Captain Chair. Mr. Minister, the investigation on the two people who they investigate, as you say, when I don't preview to the statement the way they make, because maybe they get more for say towards the investigation. Is it that?
1 second, please. Can you repeat the question?
People that the two people that were inside the vehicle. We don't give statement presently in Guinea. When I don't preview to the statement the way they make, if yes, waiting so far on our makeup of the statement. IG, will they travel upline or will they travel to Guinea or Liberia? Will they see plenty of government vehicle and can just pass? Boop, and then checkpoint them there. Now, when I give them the order and checkpoint, say government vehicle, they're not for checking them at all, will they lead to this embarrassment for government? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good questions, Mr. Minister. Well, first, for you, Director General, but I think the question related, two people have asked this question around diplomatic immunity and whether even the action of checking, searching a Sierra Leone vehicle is consistent with the Vienna Convention and written at the government of Sierra Leone position on that issue there. The other question about my question around, this will come for you for the minister in terms of possession, like waiting the individual role versus whether that be covered by diplomatic immunity. So I think there's a question around that tension there, and whether we'll clarify looking at the difference between the thing and day. So there's those questions are related on that. And then I think there's quite a few questions, particularly for the IG, around security issues, checkpoints, but also for you, Mr. Minister, whether we don't get access to the statements from the two people that we currently in custody of the Guinean authorities and how we and then one more question, we also don't come online, somebody also sent a question saying, for me to clarify, I think somebody asked this, we still don't urgently recall the ambassador, but you also say he woke and you talk to us today. So I think I can just clarify waiting urgently recall leading in and waiting these steps the way they take and how long, maybe for just clarify, we see urgently recall when we expect them for Canada. So actually let's start with you and then I think DJ can add something there.
I will leave we call it Foreign Policy 101 with the Director General for respond to that and come to yes, and this question we cited the way of exclusive as we you don't also say the same question you receive from online. Where I talk to the ambassador, and as I say, he has been urgently recalled. Yeah. And today we call him, and tomorrow we call him. He has been urgently recalled. He can until we don't call him, he's going to come to Sierra Leone to answer to the question: how come a vehicle assigned to the embassy has been found, carrying substances when going down the vehicle? And not say we don't recall her now. If a flyer come, no, he's going to do preparation. He's in the office as I speak to you. He has something to do and he's coming to Sierra Leone to respond. He will come at any time from now to Sierra Leone. So being in Guinea and having been recalled, they are not mutually exclusive. He therefore can. He has been called because a diplomatic vehicle has been found with contraband, and we're not assigning vehicle for such purposes. Neither will the same with diplomat then out of our country for we represent and promote and protect the image of the country for being involved. But I want to lay this be on record that the ambassador was not found in the vehicle, and the ambassador, they not accuse the ambassador saying, a vehicle that belongs to the embassy. And as Minister of Foreign Affairs, it's our responsibility to call the ambassador who can answer to those questions. And that is what we've sent to the ambassador, for him to come to Capital to explain under which circumstances the embassy vehicle was found with substances of police and public interest.
Timeline?
No, you cannot put a timeline to that. Okay. We have recalled. We are the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We call our diplomat. The ambassador is coming. It's a very great development. It's a very serious matter of international cocaine trafficking. So the ambassador is coming. Okay, he's been recalled. Mr. Mohamed Kamara say, okay, he say what to do to save the country's reputation. We've spoken about it. President Bio, since he came to power in 2018, we met a very soiled international reputation of Sierra Leone. We don't say that has been sanitized in many ways, and that is why today Sierra Leone is being respected. Every day we get countries of the world calling Sierra Leone for Sierra Leone in participation in regional and international matters. This morning at 11 o'clock I had a telephone conversation with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia discussing regional and bilateral issues. And as we see, His Excellency the President is in Scotland with the King of England. This is shows the reputation of our country is non-contested. Things like this, we will not tolerate it because we get the tendency for poach the good name of the country. So we're responsibility now to promote and protect the name of the country. Mr. Premier say, why they arrest the driver? Because the Vienna Convention say, arrest a diplomat. The driver is not a diplomat. The driver is a local staff to the embassy of Sierra Leone, where they drive a utility vehicle. Yes, not to Article 27, Article 22 of the Vienna Convention. Subsection 2, subsection 3, subsection 3, 2 and 3 sequentially say the premises and the properties of a diplomatic mission are immune to search. Yeah, that is it. Information say that thing they contain something way not good. If they had searched that vehicle they don't find anything, would have protested diplomatically, say they have brought our reputation under disrepute. Be it now that the search gets the consequence of a substance that is frowned at by international drug trafficking law, I don't think there's a violation of the Vienna Convention in this case. And you say if the other occupants in the vehicle don't already make, the only thing we are privy to when they tell you say they have questioned the driver, in possession of the driver, then meets a laissez-passer issued by the Embassy of Sierra Leone, where say the vehicle for cancel and go at that within that particular period, or then give a laissez-passer. And also, as a proactive action, the head of administration under the HOC has also been recalled to capital through the diplomatic process. So instead of account for answer on what basis a laissez-passer was given to a vehicle that was found with contraband. So all gears are in full operation for help the Guinean authorities for investigate this matter and bring all those that are involved to the full force of the law.
Mr. Minister, there was a question on quantity, if we get any indication.
The diplomatic communication says 7 trunks, 7 bags of mantle and the whole, but the kilos were not established as to the document that was available, but as 7 boxes.
7 suitcases. Okay, 7 suitcases full of substances suspected to be cocaine.
And there were other items as well, telephones and I think about $2,000 of cash.
We've seen some numbers being bandied online.
$2,000 of cash.
Officially, there's $2,000 of cash. That's what is in the official communication. Yeah. DG, you want to add something?
Thank you very much, Minister. And I think the Foreign Minister has addressed the issue of inviolabilities and immunities, and the fact that the search had established, though it had actually gone against, contrary to the convention. Yes, indeed. Although the search be contrary to the convention, substances, contraband or prohibited substances were found inside the vehicle. So what we don't do so far, I mean, if we listen to the minister, the press release, the ambassador, the fact that the non-Poland for can give a full account of the incidents. After that, then we were able to ascertain all these questions and all these facts. And then we will move on further from that. But it's in diplomacy, it's always good, as the minister saying in his opening, for verify the facts so that there are no misunderstandings. So I think I will revert that.
Thank you very much. IGP, additional questions about checkpoints and the fact that government officials and government vehicles are not subjected to search if this is not direct instruction, whether you get access to additional equipment then from the local equipment that we get for search for the roads, whose additional 1 day. And then I think there was a question. I think your question is on there.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. For checking of government vehicles, no instruction, nothing for saying you know what check government vehicles. There is no instruction from any quarter saying what check government vehicles. You will check them, realize some people therefore come out and overplate. We at Matati, I don't accept 2 government ministers who did not go through the cover the plate. I remove the cover. I said it doesn't go to be that way. Therefore, carry the plate so that it is readable at all points. So there is no instruction from anybody saying up or check government vehicle. Police book, discretion and book. If you choose police discretion, the amount of offense, you pay the price. Like this one, we are going to check the track, the vehicle. From one side, it comes out to the side and go into acceptor. So all of those people will be deployed along those checkpoints on that route and therefore face the full force of the law. So that's how it operates. Myself, while they work at the next store, they check the vehicle, I allow them to check as well as when they check. Yes, for those who should be checking the vehicle. Yes.
I should, we all believe now, we all believe
I use police people, I use unmasked people, I use people of friends and sit in the back so they don't check this people. Yes, no, we guys are then on the issue of the question always if we any advanced equipment for the tech blocks, no equipment on the advanced past month and month. For us, we depend on information coming from members of the public. Most of the interceptions we don't make across the country. Now, members of the public will intelligence operatives and they can feed me that information when they make people to the arrest. If you go, for example, at the airport, the scanner will be outside the scan a lot of this. Now, metal detector, they will detect drugs. But working with people when they have good intentions for this country, we are also able to apprehend plenty people at the airport when they try to carry drugs out of this country. So no equipment on the way advanced transport. For now, we don't get that kind of equipment where they detect drugs in Northeast.
Well, I maybe it's not possible to follow inform the public safe. Just today, we have announced say you don't install closed circuit television camera all across the city of Freetown.
Yes, that is all.
We are live follow-up check. So in case any crime or other thing happen now, we will for say we check the camera and they all over. I think it's a big news to see.
I think they don't know because we follow the social media, the smart city project, the smart city project, we don't launch out, we don't implement that for now.
Make a public place there, sir.
For now,
we don't put an about 3, sir.
For now, we don't install over 30 cameras and the monitoring room at Kington, which is over the National Joint Operation Center in Guinea. We also equip them, Freetown inspect your set of cameras, Freetown was a set of cameras. And this is not tap Freetown to intend for crime as far as up country to all the major police administrative headquarters.
Alright. Thank you very much, IGP. I think on that note today, we come to the end of this press conference. Mr. Minister, you get anything more we want to say last word? I just want to give last word and I will do a quick summary and then we will close. Yeah.
Well, I want to say willing processes are not a hurried processes. We make sure, say, in diplomacy, you don't want to make any mistake in the execution of your job because we're representing the image of the country. And the country is a persona. And being a persona, a country should never be apologetic because the country is considered an infallible entity. So we are patient with we use the diplomatic means. When we don't do the diplomatic means, if the investigation, that will deal with law enforcement. But as far as the diplomatic processes are involved, they are ongoing as we get information or accordingly informed.
Thank you, Mr.
And social media should not speculate what is happening between the two countries. It will give insight, but the full information will come from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, either through the Ministry of Information or in conjunction with the Ministry of Information and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I want to thank you all and for the audience and let it be known that it is in our collective interest, both as a ministry, a government, and also as journalists and citizens of this country, for protect and promote the image of the country for the betterment of the people. I want to thank you all.
Alright, so I want to take this opportunity for maybe just give you the summary of which we don't talk now today. On the 13th of January 2025, on the 13th of January 2025, the government of Guinea informed the government of Salon C on the 31st of December 2024. Then the arrest one motor car will be get 2 people inside, the driver and 1 more person. That motor car then the owner on suspicion say he gets drug in the banned substances the way they suspect say include cocaine. Then communicates that to you on the 13th. Since the 13th, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, leadership of the country, done the back and forth with the government of Guinea. What we know so far at this, according to the Guinean authorities, that motorcar will own a utility motorcar, but we know now say the motorcar they get clearance from the embassy for come on a mission at Salon, for come on Salon and go back Guinea. they get the documents we say it be daily. Very important for us to talk that. The motorcar come out, salon, and go inside Guinea, and inside Conakry, they arrest this motorcar and they hold them. We know now say, inside the motorcar, they may get about 7 suitcases. Suitcases were full of them, including them banned substances and other small items. Money we total, according to the official correspondence, about $2,000. Then the inside there, plus 7 suitcases full of alleged banned substances. The government of Salone don't act swiftly. While the ministers don't talk, he talk to a colleague on that side, they don't also recall not just the Ambassador Mami Bangura, but they also don't actually say they don't recall the head of Chancellery, when the head of admin and the embassy. When I issue the clearance under them, because I'm authority for issue that clearance, they say, okay, we'll go Salone for that mission. Salone government committed for investigate fully this issue and make the IGP denial. When they can explain to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the government of Salone, the local law enforcement officials, so that we will investigate how this happened, whether I handed it, and the government don't make a clearance that is in this zone and it gets now, for say, we know they left nothing, we know they spare nothing for hold anybody to account. We put hamper anything we get for doing with drug trafficking. The work with His Excellency President we don't do, with this young fine minister don't they do. Now for help this country, the image who find, they'll push the country good name go before. This now we all we job that day. Forget the facts out, no there's nothing for hide, and make we don't explain to una everything where we know. We don't answer every question we wanna get. Because the government of Salone, not they condone, not they take part by anything we do for doing to our business. Until next Tuesday, we will meet up again at the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. I leave